It's a pity, don't you think, that you never knew your mother?
Let me tell you something about my mother. I
Let me tell
learned
you,
a
I know
lot
my
about
mother.
her. What's going on, everybody? Oh my gosh, what's going to happen next? Today, we are getting into episode 5 of season 2 of House of the Dragon. This will be our reaction to it. If you're new here, my name is Cam, and this is Zay. Zay, super excited to see what's going to happen next. Previously, it was the most insane episode of the season, perhaps the series, where we had a full-on dragon battle over the top of Rook's Rest, which Aemon kind of came out victorious. You and I thought Aegon was dead. Aegon still could be dead, but we have a few people who think he might still be alive. Our editor thinks he might still be alive. I know you mentioned perhaps he might still be alive, I believe, but I was convinced he was dead. So not sure yet, but I mean, he still could be dead. Either way, if he is alive, it's probably going to be even more dramatic because
he's going to be critically injured.
He saw what Aemon did to him, so it would be even worse if he, even more crazy if he was alive. So we'll have to see what kind of happens in that whole aspect. Rhaenys is dead. Maelys is dead. It looked like Sunfire was still breathing, but was
Sunfire looked like
up.
It took damage, but didn't completely. Rhaenys is dead and Maelys is dead, which is the saddest, and that's a big blow to Rhaenyra. So that's
absolutely
huge.
Yeah. So, but Damon wasn't there. That was a whole issue. So what is going to be the outcome of this insane event that happened? And to all that tuned into our reaction to that, thank you for coming on over. I know a lot of you might be new here. But hopefully you've stuck around and are going to enjoy the rest of the journey with us. I do want to mention one thing. I'll have Zay take his headphones off real quick. Last episode, I did mention that I was aware that the Dance of Dragons was like an event that like a bunch of dragons were killed or whatever. Everybody seems to be saying now that it's not an event. It's the name of like this Targaryen Civil War we're watching. So I'm guessing we're going to see more dragons die. That's horrible. I don't know how many, or how it happens or anything like that in this story. But it makes me very nervous. So other than that, Zay, you can put your headphones back on. With that being said, let's not keep you guys waiting. Well, hold on. If you like what you're watching, leave a like down below. Subscribe to stay tuned for more if you're not already. And if you want to watch our full-length reaction to this and various other movies or shows, or even potentially become a Big Bite member where you can suggest one full-length reaction to a movie of your choice once per month, you can check that out on Patreon. The link for that is in the description. Let's not keep you guys waiting any longer. Let's get into season 2, episode 5 of House of the Dragon, titled episode 5 because it just released. Oh, and it was his. Oh, and our editor also mentioned that, that guy that Rhaenys was like, oh, you
saved.
You saved. You look so beautiful, whatever. Our editor thinks it might be his bastard son.
Interesting. I mean, they do kind of look alike, so I could see it.
Dialogue make a little more sense.
Yeah, it would.
But yeah, and now his wife just got killed.
Obviously, it seems the news broke because that's how they're opening it up.
Behold! The traitor dragon Maelys!
Oh, come on!
Slain at Rook's Rest by your king!
Come on!
And they're saying the king slayed it. Yeah, okay.
This is definitely gonna hype them up.
Yeah.
I mean, right now I don't know what they're thinking.
I thought the dragons was gods. Slain at Rook's Rest by your king!
Yeah, but if a god takes down another god, son. Huh?
His sword. Like going that long with no medical treatment too.
Is he alive?
His grace remains with us.
Oh shit, he is alive. What is that? What's going on?
They're removing his plate, his armor.
Oh, it's like burnt. It's like the stuck to. Oh,
Because he got burnt. I mean, he basically got his skin burned. Now he's had armor stuck to him.
ooh. Now, what part of the body was that?
Ooh. Oh, look at this. He's like, step aside. Clearly, I didn't do it correctly.
Guys, I can fix him. Oh, I twisted the wrong way.
Don't mind me. Just, yeah, bro's fucking
Someone will
cooked.
have to rule in his stead.
Oh.
Our largest dragon has been killed.
We still have no ground army but the one we hope that Damon will raise.
Yeah.
The gentler sex, heretofore, has not been much privy to the strategies of battle.
Oh. I mean, y'all been fucking up.
We must answer Rook's Rest.
They are lost already, but Vagar is depleted after such a hard-fought battle.
You got to go after Vagar.
Let's be real. That wasn't a hard-fought battle for that fucking dragon. That dragon woke up, burnt one, bit the other, and then went back to sleep.
What would you have me do?
Nothing. You're supposed to be the figurehead. That's the thing that sucks. The other jackass figurehead tried to do something, almost died. That's the point.
Yeah.
Like we've seen the evidence of it. That's why you're supposed to you sit back.
Where are you going?
To Harrenhal. To treat with Damon. He must affirm his loyalty to my mother and report his standing.
You are the succession.
Then I must be seen to act for her claim and mine.
Well, I mean, the problem is this, right?
Mm-hmm.
She has a dragon, but she can't go out because she's the figurehead. Her son
Yeah.
has a dragon, but he can't go out because he's the succession. It's like, okay, well, what are we doing then, huh? Like,
Y'all sent out. You only had one. Listen, the owner of McDonald's doesn't go out there flipping burgers and handing customers. Unfortunately, they only had one burger flipper. That was Rhaenys.
Dragon is hungry.
he's hungry.
No choice but to submit.
Submit.
Bend the knee to me, or your house burns.
Syraxes wants to eat.
the lord of bones and cinders than bend my knee.
Okay, Syraxes, do your thing.
Hump.
We choose fire.
All right, Syraxes.
Jakars. This is a sick shot. Oh, you did not just blue ball us like that. Are you kidding?
Oh,
Dude, that was gonna be so cool to see the fire.
yeah,
CGI
from that
cuts.
shot.
Fuck.
Yeah.
They are pig-headed, intransigent.
They would rather burn than succumb.
Oh, he didn't burn them.
Exactly the kind of men I need.
Oh, smart.
No, it's right. You want someone that's ride or die.
Show them your worst.
I am your servant, your grace.
I mean, he's
If-
about it for
If
him.
Damon was coming up to me, he wouldn't need to say, like, I'll burn you if you don't join me. All he could say is, like, I'll let you pet Syraxes if you join me. And then I'd be like,
How would you like
Bet.
to ride on Syraxes with me?
I'd be like,
Can we be like, oh my god?
I'd be like, I am yours forever. Let me ride the dragon.
Do with me
now.
as you wish. Sir, long live the king.
Long live the king.
15,000 swords.
In return for protection, a dragon.
She sent 2.
Both still wet from the egg.
Dude, I would
Do you
take
understand
a
the
dragon.
power you have?
I would take the egg. Like, I
Fuck
fucking...
yeah, I take the egg. That means you get to bond with it, raise it. Less likely to fuck you up.
My sympathies for the death of your grandmother.
I don't need your sympathies. I need your army.
Yeah, fuck your sympathies. Honestly, and that dress looks stupid. Too big of sleeves. It's a nice color, though.
If I had been a son, a sword thrust into my hand the moment I could walk, taught the name of every lord and castle between Storm's End and the Twins, but not the difference between hilt and foible.
But you can use that diplomacy that you've learned.
Diplomacy can be far more effective than a sword, especially when it
Yeah.
comes to converting people to your side.
What she should do is, instead of sending all these people out, she should go herself. As dumb that might sound, I don't know, but
It might be what they need to do.
Cole made a mistake.
Oh?
Parading a dragon's head through the streets like a prize of war. But the people see an ill omen.
Yes, as do I.
Oh, they see it like bad luck.
What you cannot do, let others do for you.
Send the
There
worm.
is more than one way to fight a war.
Yeah.
That's what we were saying. That's what we were just saying. You know.
Oh shoot.
Oh.
Are they sending a red priestess like Melisandre to the common people? Because like it's an ill omen. Well, listen to this priestess who tells you about Rhaenyra, maybe. Oh gosh, here we go again.
Dude, he's gonna wake up and he's gonna be raw dog in the fucking tree or something. Like, it literally.
Like, he's gonna come back to be like, "Did you get an army?" And he's like, "Yes, they're all in my head."
She's gonna be like, "What are you doing?" He's over there on the edge of the cliff just dancing naked. She's like, "What the fuck?"
Viserys was unsuited for the crown.
I mean, can we blame him for staying in Harrenhal at this point? If these are the hyper fantasies he's having, then I mean, shit. He's just having wet dreams.
My favorite son.
Huh? Huh?
I'm sorry.
Is the duck not to your liking, Your Grace?
I realize now we are no longer having a wet dream. We're having a
Get out of Harrenhal. Get out of Harrenhal. I wouldn't be very hungry after that either.
Look at her staring at him like she's not the one probably making this shit happen. Witch.
There's, of course, the matter of payment. Larys transferred his family's wealth to King's Landing.
You fuck.
Perhaps she could provide the necessary coin if you could only write to her.
No.
Are you not aware of what he's trying to do? He's trying to, like, usurp his queen. He doesn't give a fuck. So no, he can't go ask her for money.
I don't know if he's trying to usurp her, but he definitely, this place is not worth anything.
He still hasn't told them anything about him at Harrenhal. If it's successful, that's why the son's going to Harrenhal. To be like, is he here? Is he still going with us?
I must admit, I'm not sure he will ever wake. Our king's fate lies with the gods now.
Look at him. Look at that fuck. He's so happy about this news.
A king cannot rule in his sleep.
No?
The realm will have noticed his absence.
So...
But now we must name a regent to take his place.
A wise strategy, Your Grace. A regency will assure the people of the stability of the crown.
Let me kiss your ass.
Give me your fucking toes. That's all he's thinking.
I myself served in this role with my husband. I am well prepared to do it again.
Oh, for fuck's sakes. Yeah, you served in the role of your husband. Shut up.
Haemon's like, but mom,
please. I say you get rid of both your sons. Start over.
Immediate successor.
Actually, honestly, Allison, you should just let him be king because he'll come after you next. Fucking
yeah, he's just chopping them off one at a time.
Lord Larys.
I agree, Your Grace. It must be Prince Damon.
Okay.
What would it say if in response to Rhaenyra's crowning we raised up a woman of our own? But,
That's true.
A woman? As the regent? No!
Aemond is the next in line. It must be him.
Thanks for your input, buddy.
Yeah, I wish you weren't at this table. I wish you weren't in the show. I could fucking delete you, I would. Look at him go power walk over to his seat. He knew it was gonna happen.
What is our standing in the Riverlands? The banners of House Tully are in disarray. Prince Damon has little hope of fielding an army of any.
Oh gosh.
Grown weary of the sea snake's blockade.
So have we all.
Many are fleeing the cities.
You know, she does not. She definitely does not have a happy face.
She's literally like huffing and puffing. But what did you think was gonna happen? Did you think you were gonna get power?
Have you been paid
Yeah.
for those machines you were forced to build?
The king has promised payment.
The king has.
What if they get turned to the other side and he knows how to build scorpions?
That could be huge.
And that would give Rhaenyra a lot of power if she has scorpions.
Has your loyalty faded, or is it flourish only at night and flee the sunrise like a moth.
Oh. Wow.
What I saw at Rook's Rest.
What?
Their armor melted. There were men walking, they were on fire. The dragonriders should lead us.
Yeah, I mean, he's like, dude, honestly, those dragons, there's no competing.
Yeah.
So you cast me aside?
Have I not spared you? Will you preside over it? Is this who you are, Alison?
I did not ask to be spared. I did not give you leave to speak my name.
Wow. 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 Wow.
I think these people don't want to be here anymore because of the bad omen that the dragon brings in. The king is dead.
Yeah, but locking people in is crazy work.
By order of Aemon Targaryen,
You cannot keep us here!
to return to your homes. We want me.
They want meat.
I mean,
meat or mead?
Meat, because they were the Scorpion Builder was saying, well, the wife was saying, we have no food. Like they've made empty promises, and what are we supposed to do? Starve?
That makes sense.
Oh shit!
Ooh, who's this guy? Who is this one?
Our Lord Grover Tully has not declared for Rhaenyra.
Oh, it's Jace's dragon.
Winter's nigh upon us.
Our hesitance does not lie in Rhaenyra as queen. Our fear lies in Vhagar.
You fear a dragon, leagues away, when mine own sits outside your walls.
Yes. Have you seen this dragon?
True, he has not seen this fucking dragon.
This dragon could grab your dragon with one arm, one talon.
Larys Strong has been relieved of his castle. Does the Queen intend to raise up a new lord?
You want Harrenhal?
You can fucking have it, my guys. It's
in shambles. And it's haunted, by the way. Damon just dreamed about eating his mother out, so I don't know if you want to fucking have that place, because y'all are gonna have some freaky fucking dreams if you go there.
What does her grace desire?
Bent knees.
I have really bad ACL tear. I really shouldn't be bending. Bend your knee. I mean, here. Go home, bro.
Get out of this
home,
place.
bro. Go home.
I hear strange things from Brackenland.
There's news then.
News? No.
What?
What I hear in the wind.
You're fucking crazy.
Cries of anguish.
Go home. Go home.
War is a terrible thing.
It's not war, brother.
This is not war.
All right. We're on the same
These are
page.
crimes against the innocent.
The Blackens had their chance to do as I required. They will perhaps think better of their decision if their children's lives are staked on it.
Oh my gosh, you can't be serious. Oh my gosh.
I'm sure your tactics are, after all, approved by the Queen.
See, yeah.
He's wielding a hatchet, lady. What do you... Don't do this right now.
Rhaenyra is welcome to join me there and take her place by my side. King and Queen.
The problem is, you're splitting your strength before you even started.
It's a pity, don't you think, that you never knew your mother?
Let me tell you something about my mother. I learned a lot
my
about
mother.
her. I know her ins and I know her
out.
I know her from head to toe.
Wishes to name you Hand.
Or does she think the position will compensate me for my loss?
Pledge your peace to King's Landing then. They will accept it most gleefully.
Wow.
I mean, they are the ones that killed your wife.
I will see Rhaenyra ascend the Iron Throne, as Rhaenys wished. You yourself may do as you see fit.
Damn.
I would make you my heir.
Aww.
I am blood and fire. Driftmark must pass to salt and sea.
She said, I'm a Targaryen. I'm sorry. I'm not a Valyrian, even though she is half and half.
That's crazy. I'm blood and fire. Driftmark is salt and sea. I love
Actually,
that.
no,
Though.
she's what, 75%? Her mother was half and half, and her father is Damon. So, yeah, she's literally 75% Targaryen, 25% Valyrian.
Well, makes even more sense than why she said it.
I wish you to go to Harrenhal.
Oh, Jesus.
Reason with him. Find out his state of mind and his intentions.
I think we know his state of mind and intentions.
Whether he means to raise a host for me or for himself.
I think we know what it's...
Tell him I would much like to finish our last conversation.
Your Grace.
Okay, all right. Jeez, this is obnoxious when there's no cell phones.
I would like to finish our last conversation.
The River Lords have come, Your Grace. They wish an audience.
What godless hour is it?
The wolf. They are demanding to speak presently.
Oh, the Starks.
Interesting. I was like, the wolf. I'm like, we know that. We know the wolves.
The sacred septs on Bracken lands were looted and burned.
As were the fields and farms.
Oh no, not Starks or these are the house. This is what, Bracken?
The Brackens were given their chance. They would not see
No, this is
Blackwoods
Blackwood.
have exploited the war for the crown to visit.
No, these are Starks.
Yeah, they had to be, right? Because Starks have the crest as the wolf.
A terrible war is being fought in these lands. Have you looked after our girls?
Nah, he's not been anywhere near them.
The Riverlands are an ancient place. Watched closely by the eyes of old gods and new. We shall not raise our banners for a tyrant.
I don't think Riverlands are Starks. They're what are they? Tullys?
Yeah, but do people have multiple crests of the same thing?
I don't think he said what's their crest. He said like what's their godless heir or something like that. And he said the wolf.
I just
don't
feel
know
like I don't know, maybe.
You guys will have to let us know. I think, but the Riverlands are the Tullys.
Oh shit, she's in here. She's gotta be a red priestess, right?
If not, then we've gotten everything wrong this episode.
The vibe is giving me, no pun intended from what we just saw, but a storm's brewing, basically.
Well, yeah.
I think that's obviously a choice. God, there's storm's brewing with this one being the leader.
Ugh.
I don't
poke
hate
your other
him
eye out.
completely though. Oh God, man, you don't. I hate Sir Criston far more than I hate him.
Yeah.
Was it worth the price?
Ooh. Wake up.
No, don't wake up. Fuck. I don't like him either. Ugh, it looked like it was his leg that was broken. When you're like, what part of the body is that? Looks like they have it.
Ooh.
Visenya.
Vhagar's first rider. And the first wielder of Dark Sister.
It was a long time ago.
She was one of Aegon's sisters. Aegon the Conqueror.
Yes.
He wishes for the phrase to be granted Harrenhal.
I'm proud of you, Jace. You've done our cause a great service.
Why do you look angry?
I mean, it's a pretty stressful position to be in.
True.
You chafed at being prevented from action. Imagine, my lord, I'm a dragon rider as well. Sending others to fight and be felled in my name.
That's tough.
And you are my son, and I did not give you leave to go.
You do not give me leave to go to anything.
Yeah, true.
Perhaps Damon could...
Damon is not here. And Aemon now rules in King's Landing.
Rhaenyra is kind of pissing me off a little bit. I want to root for her, but she's getting really antsy not being able to do anything, and I understand. And she really doesn't like Damon being brought up, and I understand, but you need Damon. You need to take some more charge with things. You're just kind of, I don't know. She's got to do more. And I know she's complaining about not being able to do more, but...
Syrax is quicker.
So was Meleys.
Meleys fought 2 dragons, and one of them is slain.
We don't even know
Shall I
that
fight for my birthright, or shall I wait here until we are all destroyed?
Fine. Get on Syrax. Give it a go.
Honestly. But if you lose...
We have two large enough to stand against Vhagar. They are called Vermithor and Silverwing.
If only they had riders, none could stand against me.
Wait, those one of the ones that you were talking about before? That Damon?
I don't know, maybe.
Because that's two sleeping, they said. And they're...
Yeah.
Are you suggesting we put a Malister on a dragon? A Tali?
It's better than death and defeat.
Hey, put whoever you want on that dragon. As long as the
Put me
dragon's
on the
cool with
fucking
it.
dragon. I'll have two of them.
There are records here, surely, of our line, and of those who fell out of it.
Get to reading.
Now.
It's a mad sword.
But maybe possible.
That's crazy. You've been sitting on two dragons and never thought that maybe we should try again? You were just gonna what?
No, the thought is this. The thought is that what she's concerned about is he's like, we have two big dragons beneath us. And what she is saying is the only ones who are capable enough to really ride those dragons is pretty much me, but I can't go out and do anything like that. And I'm not going to send you out because, you know, you're my successor.
No, but didn't she also say they tried with somebody? They said they almost lost their life, so I wasn't going to try it again.
Right. But the idea, what she's trying to say right now, or what Jace was saying to her was, listen, there are Targaryen kind of kin out there. There are some like Tullys and other.
Oh, I know that.
Had kids
my
with Targaryen.
point was that you're this desperate to win, but you're not fucking, I'd be like, how close are you to be? You have some blood. We're gonna have to start auditioning because somebody.
Well, that's what they're getting at now.
That's what that's what he was saying. He's like, well, it's better than death and defeat. Is trying.
He's like, well, a mad thought, but it looks like she's down for it. So now,
which is huge because she was very. But we'll get into it.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Well, that was our reaction to season 2, episode 5 of House of the Dragon. If you liked what you're watching, leave a like down below. Subscribe to stay tuned for more if you're not already. If you want to watch our full length reaction to this and various other movies or shows, you can check that out on Patreon. Link for that is in the description. Yeah, so it looks like this episode dialed it way back on the action. This was a lot more about setting up more what's to come. Lots of dialogue, lots of interactions, and a little bit more knowledge on kind of the plans and the establishment of each character going forward. Cole seems to be very, affected by what he witnessed and kind of, I don't know what that's going to do to him. It does make him want to lean more on the side of like a dragon rider being in charge because it seems like he thinks that the dragons are going to determine the outcome of this war, not anything else. So we'll have to see kind of how that plays out. Allison's kind of losing her cool. Aemond is getting real jiggy with his new position, but I thought the episode overall had good writing. I thought it was very entertaining. Some really cool insights to what each character kind of wants moving forward. Lots of insight to like certain struggles going on. Damon's got a lot going on in his head still. Rhaenyra has got a lot going on in terms of like her struggle of having to sit there and not do anything. But they have some new planes, or they have some planes in the basement. They just need to find some pilots. Now, the idea that Targaryens or like people out there with like 10% Targaryen in them, or a lot less Targaryen, are like, they're not. Are they going to be enough? Like, are the dragons going to take kind to them? Jace is kind of like, look, this whole Targaryen and dragon rider thing is something that the Valyrians have established in history, but maybe that was just to hype us up or something.
Yeah.
So perhaps there's a chance that maybe, it doesn't need to be full Targaryen or something. So we'll have to see. And I'm guessing that they're going to consider these people kind of more expendable. Like if anything happens to them, it's like, that's the idea. That's why they're not getting on the dragons right now. But can you trust them on those dragons? I don't know. There's a lot to get into there. But I wouldn't say this was the best episode, but
it's middle of the pack for me.
Right. It's rightly deserved for following, what's coming up or following what happened the previous one. I don't like Harrenhal. I don't want to see more of Harrenhal unless they're getting at something. I think Damon needs to get out of there. It's getting really weird for him. I don't know what's happening in his head or anything like that. It seems like the girl, Aegon's sister, is well aware of kind of what Aemon did, mainly because she's kind of like psychic. She always like predicts things that happen. So I'm guessing she kind of knows what Aemon did. Even Allison seems kind of suspicious about the whole thing.
Yeah.
But overall, I still really enjoyed the episode. And I think, like you mentioned, this episode is like a calm before the storm. I think next episode we're gonna start to pick up again. So, what about you? What are your thoughts?
Yeah, I think again, this is like we're at the halfway point. It's only gonna pick up from here naturally. And typically when Game of Thrones, House of Dragons stuff starts to pick up, it picks up. So I'm excited to see it. Yeah, I mean with Harrenhal, it's like I'm back and forth on it. Like I don't mind seeing it, but I do want them to get to something because yeah, Damon's having these dreams and he's having these interactions with people, but yeah, again, the main thing that's keeping me interested in it is that you know, her saying like you're gonna die if you stay here, and like that's and he keeps going to these like episodes where he's seeing people and everything, and like all of a sudden he snaps out. It's like he's at a dinner or he's in a conversation. He's like so curious to see what they're doing with that. Super interesting now to know that they do have 2 dragons that are underneath of them. Underneath Rhaenyra in her squad, and it's okay, but we have to find someone to ride it because you're right. Can we trust them when they are able to ride it? I think that Jace has a point with like, yeah, that was Valyrian history because what's the best deterrent for someone else to try to ride a dragon? You can only ride it if it's Valyrian blood. Like if you write that throughout history,
or Targaryen,
most people are not gonna. Most people aren't gonna question it. They're just gonna be like, oh well, fucking. Because what, you're going to risk walking up to a dragon like, hey, buddy, why don't I just get on up? And it's like, okay, well, maybe not. But I think that right now they are desperate for options. They don't, you arguably don't have Damon because Damon is still at Harrenhal. He's not sending you guys any information. You really don't know what he's doing, if he's even on your side from Rhaenyra's point. So... And you lost Maelys and Rhaenys, that was your most experienced and biggest dragon and most experienced riders. So what are you gonna do? You need something to combat Vhagar. Jace's dragon's way too small. Every other dragon's too small on their side. There's just not. They're fast, but they're not gonna be strong enough. Most likely, in my opinion. I think if they're going against Vhagar, you're gonna need something that's Maelys-esque size at least. We're gonna say something.
I don't think Vhagar. I think the best way to take Vhagar out, you've gotta take it out by surprise. And I don't know if a dragon is the best idea. Like I think you got to get like 50,000 scorpions in a field covered by a tree line, and then have Vhagar fly over that tree line and just fucking. I mean because like it's when you face unless you jump it. Right, unless you jump a dragon with a bunch of other dragons, Vhagar is skilled, experienced, gigantic, powerful. Yeah. It's like the only way to get the upper hand is by surprise or by just outnumbering it. So I don't know.
Yeah, I mean I agree, but again, you know. Just to speak on the point, you mentioned possibly, them sending a Red Priestess in. It looked like if that is a Red Priestess or whatever she's doing, she got into King's Landing, and she went to go speak to somebody that she was friends with. So
I don't know who she was. I just her up in red, which was really weird.
That's why I was like, okay, well, I liked your idea of like, oh, maybe because the dragon head was a bad omen, but again. What like how they would Dany, you have someone that's vouching like, no, this is the true, those people that aren't in King's Landing, like the upper like section, they're gonna be like, all right, well, fuck it, this dude, listen, they're functioning on basically empty promises, like the guy said, or like the woman said, the Scorpion Maker's wife said, and they have no food. They're literally ready to leave. Like we have no, like we want meat, we want food. So it would be interesting to see, does does that Scorpion Maker, or do Scorpion Makers, does he get a crew of people? Does she end up recruiting somehow a crew of people that know how to make that anti-dragon weapon, basically? Do they leave? Do they go? That's a huge, that would give me more hope for Rhaenyra in the fact that you now have at least a weapon outside of dragons that could help you effectively. But I don't know how, but again, we don't know what it would look like against Vhagar. Vhagar's big.
I don't think they're gonna do this, but if they can find a way to fucking mount those scorpions on top of the dragons,
that would be insane. See, now that would be crazy. Now, but we don't know. And like you said, they denied the gold to Harrenhal. They have gold to give. There is gold to be given on Rhaenyra's side, and there's a lot of empty promises so far on King's Landing, Aemon,
and it also looks like they have the phrase now because they offered them Harrenhal at War's End. At least that's the way it looked like it turned out. So
fine, take the fucking shitter. It sucks and it's haunted. So there's a lot to look at. There's a lot of avenues that this story can go down, and that's just how Game of Thrones and everything is there's always 1,000,001 ways it could go. I feel like you can always see interactions. You're like, oh, are they doing this? Or are they trying to do this? What is someone's true intentions? It's really never obvious. And if it is obvious, there's probably a reason why they're making it obvious. So I'm excited to see where the second half of the season goes. But I'm also very interested to see what we're going to get in the next episode, because this was a big step back from the high action in episode 4, but I feel like with episode 6, I feel like from these episodes we're gonna still get great dialogue, but I think they might start to step up the action, maybe step by step. Like each episode might get a little more interesting, a little more crazy, or maybe they do just save us with a bunch of dialogue, and then it's like 8, 9, 10 are just like chaos. I don't know. We don't know yet, but regardless, super excited to see it. Super excited to see Aemon in the being functioning as the king right now is going to be very, very scary with Kristen as the hand. So that's my take on it. But
all right, and y'all guys have to let us know down in the comments who Damon specifically was speaking to in that scene. It looked like, I know he said the wolves, so we thought maybe Starks, but maybe we missed a line there, and it was something else, because he also mentioned Riverlands. I know they were arguing about the Brackens and the Blackwoods, but I don't know what house they were, so you have to let us know in the comments down below. But with that being said, thank you guys again for being here. Thank you for the support. Zay, I know you have a Twitch.
Yes, guys, my Twitch will be linked down in the description below. Feel free to tune in, stop by, say what's up. Play a whole bunch of games on there, both with Cam, my other buddies, and as well play solo games, story games all the time. So make sure you tune in, stop in. Like I said, we can chit chat about reactions, chit chat about film series that you want us to maybe react to. Listen, if it's Cam and I on there, that's another way for you to get in touch with us via a live setting rather than the videos and outside of our YouTube live streams. So we'd love to see you guys there. It's always fun, and we have a few people from the community already over there, so make sure you check it out.
All right, well, with that being said, check it out, guys. It's a great time. Listen, y'all, if you've got a weird dream going on, try to wake yourself up. We'll see you on the next one, and peace.